Beautiful.
What's up? How's it going?
It's going well.
Talked to any exes today?
I did not. Not today.
No,
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about being friends with exes and how we feel about friends of the opposite sex. So not just exes, but friends of the opposite sex.
Yes.
Want to start? Nick?
I'll start this off by just saying, like, I'm cool with it.
That's way too basic. And I don't even believe him when he says he's cool with it. Like, I think he has a really great exterior. I'm cool with it, but I think it does bother him in the background. I want to start it by saying that I think that your feelings towards exes as well as friends of the opposite sex is different from your 20s versus your 30s.
Yep.
And your start of the relationship versus being in depth in the relationship. I could absolutely say that my mind has changed on those things. I mean, we've been together for 8 years, so it's definitely changed over those things. When we got together, I was 23, you were 21, we were young, wild, crazy still. Norman had a new baby. So like, it was just messy. I think he had way more, I thought that I had a lot of friends that were exes or that I used to talk to, but he had way more friends that he used to talk to or mess with that were still around that I didn't even have I didn't even know Norman existed. So like, he says he remembers me from high school. I really didn't know Norman until he was 21 years old and I saw him out.
I think our problem is that we're from the same place.
Yeah.
So if we talk to people from where we're from, specifically even just the town we're from, not forget the county, everybody knows each other around here, but specifically from the town, like we're gonna know these people, like 100%.
I don't think the problem is knowing them. I think the problem is that you have a high number in them. I think that's where the issue comes in.
It's
like
fair.
When you're, especially in your 20s, and you start dealing with a guy who has messed with fucking 20 people that you know of, like that shit's like, I don't know.
So
and I'm on the low side right now, so
we're gonna throw numbers out there. Huh?
I mean, I'm throwing out a not even realistic number. I'm not even giving them the real. I'm just saying a random number. So I mean, if you want to give them the aspect that that's what it is, then I'm just saying, like, you know, like I've definitely talked to people or dealt with people in the past that I'm still cool with all of them right now. I don't have any exes that I'm not cool with right now.
I'm gonna say the timing of the friendship is very important.
That makes a very big difference.
So
yes.
Were you guys super buddy and close before me, or did this person just kind of come, like if it's not an ex, did they just come along and now they're this friend of the opposite sex that you just hang out with all the time? Like, or if this is an ex, were you guys already buddy past the ex situation when I met you? Or did it only happen because we have this relationship now?
They only came around because of you?
No, like did you cut that person off from whatever the extracurriculars that was going on because now you with me? Or where y'all had messed around and then y'all been hanging out but nothing's been going on for a little bit of time already before we even got together?
What's a little bit of time? What's
I don't
comfortable
know.
where it's out the way now?
Where it's out the way?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it months? Is it a year?
Months is that shit like just happened.
That's what I'm saying. So like, what, it gotta be like a year ago?
It gotta be like a year.
It gotta be a good
year
solid
plus.
year for it to be like, ain't no funny business
Yeah,
going
like
on no
we
more.
done hung out. We might have went out for drinks or something, but we ain't just randomly kiss each
But
other.
it's cool if we're
or
going
mess
out
around.
by ourselves. That's what I'm saying. I think it just gets real technical. I'm gonna rewind. Let's go back to when we first started dealing with each other. I'm in my 20s. I was very insecure because I'm new into the relationship. I don't know you. I don't know the type of person you are. I don't know if you're telling me this person is just a friend, but it's not really just a friend. Like, so I can't take you or that relationship serious yet. And then if you are being honest and you're saying, hey, I was dealing with this person 4 months ago, but we just cool now. There's nothing to think. I'm like, 4 months ago, that's recent. So like now I have to have my guard up. I got to be cautious.
Right.
But I think you have until a certain extent that you have to, I guess, a certain time frame that you have to ponder on it to really find out what it, just like I got to figure out who you are. I got to find out if this relationship is really real. Because at the end of the day, don't want you cutting off anybody that's truly your friend. Because I feel like males and females should have friends of the opposite sex. I feel like it's only right that we speak to what
normal.
the heck is going on for us to only be dealing with me only talking to girls and you only talking to guys in your life. It's kind of weird, actually.
That makes no sense. Like, how are you only gonna have, like, you got with me, you can only talk to girls now. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's just, that's weird. I don't agree with that. But I can see why it could bother people in their relationship, because if it's a newer relationship, you're insecure to the relationship. You don't know yet. I don't know you as a person. I don't know if this is really, if you're telling me the truth, if that person has ill intentions because I don't know them yet, or, so, or maybe I know them and I know they have had ill intentions in the past. So maybe I just don't know if they've grown enough that it really is what you're saying it is. Or maybe you have no idea and I know that this person actually likes you and they're around because they like you and you just don't know that. And I know because I'm a girl and girls talk about stuff and it came up somewhere else or something. So it just gets tricky.
It does. This friend also has to be like, not the friend that's only around when you are around. So like if I had a close friend that was the opposite sex and she only wants to hang out with me when it's just me alone and feels uncomfortable when, my lady's around,
Absolutely.
then that's weird. That person, there's obviously something going on. They should be able to come
It's
over
obvious.
when you're
Absolutely.
home, when I'm home alone, when, just kicking it with the kids. Like, it shouldn't be a time where it's like, nah, I feel uncomfortable, or they just pick and choose when they come over.
Around when I'm not around.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's obvious that they're doing some funny shit.
Yeah, something going
exactly.
on.
Agreed. So I feel like now that it's been so long, so I always say that the first 4 years of our relationship was bullshit. And I mean 2 for sure, we didn't even know each other within the first 2 years, fully know each other.
Yeah.
4 years was still bullshit, but after 4 years, it's when y'all feel like you know each other well enough, you can decide if you really want to be serious, if you want to let it go. And 4 years is a long time, but it's up to you to decide if you want to put in the work or if you want to fall back because they just been doing bullshit the first 4 years anyways, or 2 years at that point.
And if people don't make it to 4 years.
Exactly. People don't make it to 2 years. And some people like move in within a year and then they realize they don't like each other within that year and then it's over.
That lease is up.
Yeah, so I like the way that it progressed. We started off young. We was both doing foolishness and we grew up with each other. So it happened to work for us. And then the friends that you told me were just friends ended up being just friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like it ended up working out for the most part, but you have to be skeptical at first and really be like, I don't know about this. It sounds real funny. That was your last girlfriend. I don't know. That sounds weird.
I mean, on the outside looking in, I think you obviously put up a lot with me.
I put up with way too much. Yeah.
I know what's going on in my mind, so I'm like, why is she mad about it? But like stepping out of my mind and looking at it, it's like, this shit's weird.
Yeah,
like,
you're absolutely
your
naive.
Your ex-girlfriend is literally like, you know what I mean? It's
your
like,
sister now.
Exactly. Like that's weird to even say in the first place.
Weird.
It's like, I'm like, I get so past it, I don't even think about it. But like realistically, like you were in a relationship with this person.
Yes.
And now they hang out and they watch our children and they come through. And
I think Norman just gets really stuck on the fact that he knows he's not doing anything wrong. He doesn't like this person. We're just friends. But he doesn't understand the female intuition, the female gut. We be knowing, like, that girl likes you. Get her out of here. And we're not talking about anybody specific right now. I'm just saying in general. Like he and then since we've gotten to the point where we are now, where I'm cool with you having female friends and your exes being around, because I feel like they're good people. I just feel like it's still are times where Norman is just flirty and you just got to check him. I don't think he's doing anything wrong. I fully trust him. He's just a flirty.
I am very flirty.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Like, so, and I think that the big thing here is communicating. And when you're first dating somebody too, is communicating and being open. If you know that I'm gonna be around people that you used to deal with and you don't think that I know, I think it's good for you to let me know.
Yeah.
Just like if you did some messed up shit, I'd want you to tell me before the outside world tells me so that I can handle it on my own. Yeah. And they are not bringing something to me that's brand new about my own relationship. So I would rather you tell me in our relationship, hey, I dealt with this girl that I see you hanging out with sometimes back in the day, so that I know that and I can decide if I want to move forward with it or confront it how I choose to speak to the person about it if I feel it's necessary. Yeah. I just think that communication factor is big.
I mean, that's huge. I can't say I necessarily got that from you in the top part of our relationship either. People that you talked to, that we would go out and I would be around those people and I wasn't necessarily sure that at the time that you were talking to or used to talk to that person,
I even had a relationship with them in the past.
So,
well, that's another thing though. I feel like because Norman told me he's known me since high school that he knows what the hell I've been doing. Like I feel like, and he always brings up, I know everybody else except for you. Like, I'm friends with your friends. So I just assume, guys talk. I just feel like there's something that he knows who I've dealt with without me having to say it. Or at least the, like, basic ones, the main ones, you know? Yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, communication is key. But it can be seen as to why people will feel some type of way about Norman bringing up exes or his female friends. Like, people really be gung-ho in his messages, like, how dare you say that? And Ashley is following. Like, you know, like, if you were my man, and he's like, well, thank goodness I'm not your man.
Yeah, that's like the main thing. It was like, you would never be able to do this if we was in a relationship. And I'm like, well, that's a good thing that we're not in a relationship then, right? Because like this is what's going on. Like,
yeah, we've just grown, and I hope that for everybody to be able to grow to a place not where you're being disrespected, but where you're comfortable with your man putting hearts on a photo of a girl who looks good. Like me and Norman talk about people that we think are attractive. I think I feel like that's normal. I don't want my man not liking how a woman looks. Like that seems a little iffy. So like I don't think that there should be a problem with them liking a picture on social media of a female that might be in her drawers or some shit. But I think that it gets to a thin line where you over here under a girl's picture over and over again with some hard eyes, or like you know that you're not putting no hard eyes on nobody. Like I need you to take a step back. I don't be
taking it to that extreme. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like people
be saying like stuff to like gas people,
and people bring it up, and they're like,
wow,
why? Look at your mate. Like, why is he talking to people like? And that's like it's not.
He's
just like that. I'm so used to it. If you know your partner, you know where you guys stand, and the things that they do are just not as serious. I also think that Norman just likes to pick at people, so he's doing things purposely to get like social media to react because that's just the type of person he is. He thinks it's
also
funny.
I think like if it's a woman who shot with me and I took the picture,
yeah,
it's
you
automatic
absolutely gassing them up.
It's automatic gas.
Yeah.
Like you get complimentary.
Yeah, and then I get women who ask me like, "You're okay with him taking these pictures of these girls?" I'm like, "Yeah, we need to pay the bills, especially right now."
Yeah. Tripping.
So you're fine with my exes, and you're fine with me having male friends as long as you don't feel there's any ill intention, and you can speak on the fact that you think that person is being shady and.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just tough, like because. Like you don't, like I know you're still cool with people that you used to talk to, but like you don't talk to them all the time. You don't like go out privately with them like solo and stuff. So like if you switch like out of nowhere after 5-6 years in a relationship and now you're going on, you know, one-on-one outings just to chop it up with like an ex of yours, I might be like, like I might still be like, what's that about? Because it's like these past 6, 7, 8 years, like it ain't never. I know y'all talk like have had conversations, but y'all ain't never. They ain't never come to the crib. They ain't never like you know what I mean. So like in my specific situation, it's like she's always been around. You know what I mean? Like she's always been at the crib. She's been watching the children. She's been around you.
Well, you're talking about one specific person though. Yeah. You got mad female friends.
Yeah, that's true.
And you might randomly get up with your female friends too. And I think that's
still rare though.
I think that's it might happen, and I don't want it to seem funny if it randomly happens. I think the issue is if it's regularly happening. You're noticing now you're going on random ass outings all the time as just the two of you. That would make it awkward. Like,
and it's never like a check-in. Not saying that they got to check in with me. Like I'm not your boss. You know what I mean? But like if y'all going out on all these outings and it's coming more frequent, it's like why they can't ever talk to you at the crib? Like why they can't pull up for like an hour? And just
no, it's why the fuck are y'all going out on these outings all the time? No, fuck that. No, now you're getting too tricked. No, what are y'all doing on these random ass one-on-one? I'm coming to the next one because
it's like
what are y'all doing?
Yeah, I mean we can talk about it. We go.
Yeah, I absolutely have no problem meeting up with the opposite sex friends to catch up on life and see where you are. Maybe they need some advice on something. But eventually some of those, if y'all continue to get up with each other, it just needs to be like you said, you need to feel comfortable with my girl. Either she's coming out, we might have drinks together, we might go out as a group, you might come to the house, you might have game night, you know, like simple things like that. We're not just about to be going out on one-on-one. They're technically dates. Like you're going out on dates with this other person on a regular, I'm okay with a friend date the here and there if it's single. Yeah. Now if there's some group shit, I mean, eventually I just need to be there. Why am I not invited to your group outings with your friends? I'm your best friend. Yeah.
Exactly. I think my other take on this as to why I'm not so like trippy over it is like I'm very confident in me being like the dopest nigga you ever talked to. So
that shit really blows my mind.
Legit, like I'm so serious. It's like respectfully though, like I'm the dopest nigga you ever talked to, and it's like
I could see why you say this, but let's be realistic though.
Like
how many people get cheated on with people that are not even like, you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? Like they don't.
It's not even like
they're not even worth but they just so happen to be convenient, or there was a past there, or, you know. So I don't feel like that's a good reason to. Am I making you think now? I just think it's a good, you know, like you can't just be like, oh, I'm dope out here, so I know ain't nothing about that. That's not a good reason. What do you guys think? I feel like I get a lot of feedback from just mine and Norman's relationship that they don't necessarily agree with our way of doing things, or they don't even understand how the heck we got to the point to be able to be like cool with it. There's a lot of people who are not okay with having opposite sex friendships or exes being around. They're like, why? If they're ex for a reason. But a lot of people's exes come from friends. Like, you may have been friends first and you just happen to deal with each other, or you dealt with each other and then decided that wasn't gonna work and you became friends. I don't know. I just feel like it depends.
Yeah,
I think we can gauge if it's a real friendship or not.
And I think people should be able to speak to people just because y'all.
Yeah, no, I think that's getting way too deep. Like, I've never wanted somebody to cut somebody off. Yeah. I mean, unless they literally were they were doing some disrespectful shit. Yeah, relationship. But I don't ever want, like, in a relationship for somebody to cut someone else off on behalf of my insecurities, even though nothing is really happening. As long as you're being respectful and you speak to me. Like, if you're talking to my man and then you see me out and you know who I am and you don't speak, seems funny. Weird. Like, why are you being weird? Like, yeah. So I think that it truly depends on the aspect of the relationship and how respectful they are. Even if you're not friends or y'all don't hang out too, just that you can speak or even be around without there being an issue, and you can tell from body language whether somebody feels comfortable or not. So, yeah, I think in the relationship, as long as you're communicating properly about these things, that you guys should be straight. But what do you guys think? Do you guys care if your exes are around your spouse or your significant other, or do you care about opposite sex friendships? And is it okay for them to go out and hang out? Is it okay for your man to leave a heart on somebody's picture with their butt hanging out? I mean, if you think she look fine too, if she fire, why is it a problem? But
can these relationships start at any point as well? That's important because, like I said, like you can have friendships with the opposite sex that were before that's not even an ex, and then like in 8 years, it's possible you can meet new people that you think are cool and dope, and you want to have conversations with them and things. And is it okay to 5 years in to have this new girl kind of not in your man's life, but like this new girl that he chop it up with, or she can come over, or is it just like, nah, I don't know about this new stuff. Like, she's single and she ain't got a man and she only want to talk to you about all the how niggas ain't shit and blah blah blah. It's just weird.
I think it really depends because it's that the situation you just brought up in itself sounds crazy as fuck. Like, that doesn't even. Why are you meeting we're probably meeting at a bar? Wrong. Right. I don't know you for 2 shits and we've been together for 8 years. Like, where are you coming from? Like, like, do I know this person? Do I kind of have an idea of who they are as a person already? Why are you around? What are you? Like. I'm gonna be way more hesitant to some new ass nigga and new ass bitch coming around. Like,
me specifically though, I talk so much and I give so much advice, and people ask me about stuff so much that I find myself at least once a month kind of having conversations with new people all the time. And I think it's cool. I can do it as much as I want because it's on social media. I'm not meeting up with any of these people.
It's one thing to have a conversation via social media because you talk to a lot of people without saying you're friendly, you be flirty and shit. But it's another thing to go out and meet this person for drinks and it not be on some business shit. If you're not bringing money into my household, why are you meeting up with my man?
Yeah.
For why?
Because we could talk on social media
for
all
why?
day.
Exactly. Keep it in the inbox. Yeah, that's too much. I think that's going a little too far. But yeah, I mean, another thing is, are you meeting this person who, like, I was just telling Norman recently, like, I feel like we need to get some more married friends. Like, we don't have no friends around that's married. Are you meeting this female from a male that you know and just haven't been cool, but you realize maybe they're more in tune with where we're at in life? Like, I'm okay with getting new friends, but is she single? Is she out here with her ass out every day? Is she only at the bar? Is she a bartender? Is she a stripper bitch? Like, it's just like what is going on? Like, I need to know a detailed background. Where did she come from? Did you go to school with her in the past? Y'all just having a look back? That's getting a little bit too tricky. I prefer to keep the friends around that you've had around, but I'm open to getting new friends. I just don't see the point of getting a new opposite sex friend out of thin air from nothing. It has to come from something, and it has to be like for a reason.
That's real too, because it's like I don't even really got no new male friend. So it's gonna be real tricky to have some new female friends.
Exactly. like where your boys at?
Like,
from the front to back.
Where your guys?
I'm saying, like, where are your guys? Like,
we do need to find some people in like real serious relationships or married couples. I just don't feel like
maybe even a little bit older than us too. That I could give us a little insight. Like, meeting up, maybe drinks, and eventually it builds up to coming to like house gatherings and stuff. Like, I feel like we're just getting to that age. We're past the 30 now. We got to start. Not kicking any friends out though, just getting some more.
I told all my friends as soon as I get married, I can't hang around none of my single friends.
You're a little liar.
And I only got like 3-4 friends anyway, so that cut out like 50% of my group.
If it's 3 or 4 friends, it cut out majority of the group because you only got one married friend.
Hey, I can only hang out with him then.
Annoying. So yeah, let us know how you feel. What do you think? Are you cool with opposite sex friendships in your relationships? Are you cool with exes being around? What's your pain point in that? Where's the problem? Where's the problem lie?
And if you're cool with it, what is the absolute stop on it? Where does it say, okay, nah, this is too much?
Get out of here.
Word.
Let us know.